look in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about in this reaction video, a couple women here want to ask, why is it that men just want to cohabitate and don't want to get married to women? What is that about? So, for educational purposes, of course, I am going to try to answer that question. Let me put these clips up first. You tell me what you think about what they're saying. 1 second, I find it for you. There it is. And like I always say, let's get it.
Why are so many black men not wanting to commit to a woman? They want to fuck around. Why is there so many men who choose to just have so many baby mamas, but not even one of those baby mamas was marriage material?
The answer to that is quite simple, lady. Let me tell you what it is. A lot of you women don't value yourselves, for one thing. Marriage is no longer a requirement. Women rush quickly into sexual relationships. They're not expecting or requiring or even mentioning that they want matrimony. So it's easier to sleep with you now. Now, more than ever before, any other generation of woman that came prior to these women today, they, in the prior generations, was not so quick to spread their legs for a stranger. And a lot of women out here today in this generation, they're not just sleeping with men for matrimony. They are sleeping with men out of desperation, meaning they're trying to keep a man or to try to keep that man to keep dealing with them because he may have resources or assets and there's things about him that he's contributing to her financially. So it's a transactional relationship. It is not a relational relationship. So a lot of women, again, sleep with men out of desperation. What do I mean by that as well? I mean, they sleep with men because they want to trap them with their babies. They want to get pregnant by men who have told them they don't want to have any babies. So they do things like that when it comes to their wombs. They don't put value on their wombs when it comes to matrimony. They only put value on being a baddie who has the tightest, wettest, good, and that she thinks she can use that as a bargaining chip to try to springboard from one level of life to the next level of life. You get what I'm saying? So that's one of the main reasons. It is easy to sleep with women now and move on to the next woman. Okay? You make it so accessible. You're all over social media advertising meetups. Hit me up in my DM for meetups. Hit me up this way. Hit me up that way. OnlyFans, all this stuff. So when we see you, we don't think about true love and matrimony. We just see you as a walking, talking, breathing brothel. That's what we see you as, a brothel. Easy access to get to your womb, okay? That's one of the main reasons we're doing it. And another thing, you don't have nothing to offer to a man to make him want to stay around to marry you. All you get from a woman nowadays is physical pleasure and attitude. You don't get respect. You don't get femininity. You don't get a woman who will be, how can I say, you don't get a woman who enjoys domestic chores. She don't want to cook. She don't want to clean. She don't want to wash clothing. She don't want to fold laundry. She don't want to do any of that stuff. All she wants is to look pretty, give you some coochie, and take money from you. That's some of the main reasons why men are not trying to marry you, okay? Your attitude stinks, okay? Cohabitating with a woman is not the best thing to do anymore. Because now in certain states, they can hit you with common law marriage. In certain states, not just certain state, with certain women, if you get into it with that woman, she'll call the police on you. You get locked up even if you're the one who has his name on the deed or on the lease. Or if you stand with a woman and her name is on the lease and you stand with her like a sucker, and then she can just kick you out anytime she gets mad with you. So we don't see too many attractive qualities with you women today. That's just the God honest truth. And there's probably a lot more other things I could say, but the video probably lasts for 3 weeks if I did. Okay, now let's keep going. And this is for educational purposes.
And I understand that marriage is a legal piece of paper, but it's so much more than that. I don't understand the commitment issue. And to be honest, it's not just the black men. It's also the women. If your desire is to be married, then why play house with somebody that's not going to give you a ring and commit to you long term?
The reason for that is a lot of these women grew up seeing their mamas being single mothers who did the same thing that you're complaining about. There are a lot of grown women right now who grew up with mothers who were the side chicks for men, who were just single baby mamas, who were just dating for short periods of time, get into relationships that might lasted 1 year to 5 years, 5 years to 8 years, and then it's over. But these men are moving in with her, and then they break up. This is a pattern. This is a behavior that a lot of the women that we are dealing with today have witnessed and have adopted. So that's one of the main reasons why. I don't know why women are quick to move men in who have no resources, who have no assets, who haven't even become a man himself yet or became a man himself yet, meaning he's not able to take care of himself. But when you come across a man who has took the time to better himself into the best version of himself, you don't want him. He's lame. He's a square. But that's not the only reason why these women don't want that type of man. They don't want the good man who has his life together simply because they cannot run him, they cannot control him, and he has standards, and he understands his true value. So a man who has his own things and worked hard to be where he is in life today is not going to deal with your shenanigans. Now, if he's in love with you, he might put up with your shenanigans, but that's only for a period of time. He'll kick you out, or if you feel cocky and you feel confident in the fact that you know that you got that man wrapped around your peaking, you might try to leave and come back because you know he's always going to be there. But a man who has worked hard to become the type of man that he desires to be, in time, he's going to let you walk out and don't pursue you anymore. And if you try to come back, he's going to make sure you don't come back. That's why.
The expectations had to be there up front. And yes, I get it. He was the man of your dreams. But a man of your dreams will be a man that will commit to you wholeheartedly. And we realize how many unmarried women who choose or want to be married is still unmarried. One thing I can let you know, truly, even though the 60s was bad, there was a nuclear family. There was more black people wanting to be committed and married to each other.
And that is true. There was a nuclear family. Black women destroyed it, okay? Y'all gave yourselves over to the government. You went for every government-assisted program that they offered. Every program that said you can't have your man in the house. Every program that told you that if you want Uncle Sam to keep giving you money, like some little no good for nothing prostitute, you went that route. You decided you didn't need no man. So now you're suffering behind it. Your daughters are suffering behind it. Your daughters and your nieces, they're dealing with the same things that this woman is asking about right now, all because that the modern day black woman decided to lean on the shoulder of Uncle Sam.
And times has changed where people don't value marriage anymore. If you're going to stick your dick in somebody or have that 5 minutes of pleasure that could come with 18 plus years that you commit with that woman anyway. Unless y'all not man enough to want to commit to your own child.
Ain't got nothing to do with that. You're not worthy. Now, that trip me out when they say stuff like that. You're not man enough to commit to your child. A lot of men are man enough to commit to their children. They just don't want to commit to you because there's something with you. There's some kind of flaws there. some discrepancies there that turn him all the way off. Okay? Now, you can't blame him and say, well, you put your thing in her and you got a baby. Why won't you commit then? You wasn't worth it. You were supposed to be a smash and dash, and he crashed out behind you. You was a smash and dash. He didn't want you to get pregnant. You got pregnant. Just because you got pregnant does not mean that he wanted to take it further. He never did. But that's the problem with the women today. They live, what is that terminology? Cognitive dissonance. It's when a person has a warped idea of reality. Well, reality is not real. They create their own worlds. They create their own narratives and propagandas and agendas and say this is what it is and you're not fitting into this. So therefore, you must be the problem. Cognitive dissonance. That's what it is. You're throwed. In other words, if we say down south, you're throwed off. That's basically what it is. Okay? Well, I hope I answered some of your questions, lady. And I hope y'all have a good day. I'll be talking to y'all pretty soon. And y'all take it easy. I'll talk to you soon now. You hear?